rockin' Big Papa, Big Llama, Big Juice, I'm Big Jamba. Quarter tank of gas, I ride like a big timer. No informer, no sweat, not inside of my conglomerate. Wreck like King Kong. No Asian pun me, no chink in armor. Remain calm through our pain that bring drama. Stay focused on things that bring karma. Took all pressure, applied and made diamonds. Stayed true, kept shit pure, my name honored. Paid all dues and debts and kept promise. Make sure you show respect, pay homage. That I'm one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I said I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I'm the hottest on the market, don't make me start it. I'ma pull up in a Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I remember days was trapping out the apartment. Now one West ball put me up in a starship. About to fly the friendly skies in this bitch. Spit the truth on the corners and I lie a little bit. I'm a stand-up nigga, I die before I switch. Down, only up, I'm cool with who I with. I'ma be war the king and stay dangerous. Hold down the biz and fam, remain blameless. Now rappers drippy with styles we made famous. First with studs and spikes in any city. Designing charge a stack for shit that can't fit me. Had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith that y'all know Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain a $1.50. Off my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause the niggas getting fouled, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow. Try to ride my wave, you gon' need a speedboat. I'm hot like 100 degrees in a peacoat. Scarf in the sweater, I embark every letter. I.S.U.P.K, not a part, but together. I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. One West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West.
Meet the new Google Pixel 8 Pro. Trade in your old phone and save. Get it.
Okay.
Pando, kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You a Ashkenaz. This ain't a start dumb. A gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Your menorah got 9 sticks. It's really 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander, and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you live there. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. I.S.U.P.K undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he give them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody's trying to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They rotten to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'll punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ. They the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas. They're a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. Niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4. I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Was good though. I'm about to get a joke. Pull up.
All right. Hey, Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Brakathum. Yahweh Shema Thum Bashem Yahweh Shah. What I said was Most High watch over us, like Most High, in the name of Yahweh Shah, bless you to all the brothers, and Most High watch over you in the name of Yahweh Shah or Christ to the sisters. All right. This is the Lashsawan Qadash class. I'm priest and officer I.S.U.P.K of the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. This class is for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to learn their real language and their culture. You understand? The Lashsawan Qadash, which means the holy tongue, is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians' original language. All right, this is the original language of the entire earth. It's God's language. All right, and that's what we spoke. And so now in 2023, the I.S.U.P.K is teaching our original language once again, so that we can take back our heritage, take back our culture, take back our language, and establish the Most High's kingdom as it is in heaven. All right. So today, you understand, we're going to go over some more vocabulary. We're going to cover some of the words that we went over last week. But on top of the words that we learned last week, we're going to add some verbs to that. All right. And we're going to take those verbs and those nouns, and we're going to form a sentence. So that's what we're going to do today. Of course, as always, man, we always want to start off by reading our alphabet. Okay. So we always start with reading our alphabet because this is how you find out how to speak a language. This is the foundation of a language, the alphabet. Can't learn your language unless you know your alphabet. This is the same thing you did in kindergarten and pre-K even. You know what I'm saying? All right, so 1 second. All right, so that's the first thing we're going to do is go over these characters. All right. So what we have is Ah. And this is each character. This is how each character looks in the ancient Hebrew. So each character is written in black in the ancient Hebrew. And in blue is the pronunciation of each character. This is how you would pronounce each one of these characters. All right. Notice there are no O sounds. There are no E sounds. There are no Ah sounds. All right. There's an I sound and there's only Ah sounds. I'm sorry. I might have said a ah. I meant no A sounds. There are no A sounds. So this is not a pay. It's not a say. It's not a nay. It's not a may. All right. It's all Ah sounds. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, kwa, ra, sha, and tha. All right. The more you practice these characters, the more you write them down, the more you say them, the easier it becomes to remember them, the easier it becomes to write them, and the easier it becomes to identify them. This is what the goal is. The goal is to be able to identify these characters whenever you see it. All right, so I have it in the ancient. I'm going to also write it in the Assyrian up on the board. All right. Also, if you join in, sign in by putting your name and where you are from. Your name, your rank, if you have it, and where you are from. So, for instance, if you are in South Florida, if you're in Palm Beach, right, I would put Itazab, West Palm Beach, checking in. All right, so make sure you put in your name and where you're from in the comments. Okay. So we got it in the Assyrian or the ancient. We're going to put it in the Assyrian as well. Yeah, that's better. All right. Now I'm going to write but in the English, the pronunciation is the same as the above. All right, just because the character change does not change the pronunciation. Always remember that. Just because you see it in a different writing does not mean that the pronunciation changes. All right, so it's the exact same pronunciations, different characters. A, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, kwa, ra, sha, and tha. All right, now you might be noticing two things. For one, some of these characters have two characters rather than one, right? Whenever you see this character for ma, it's going to be at the end, right? So these characters that I put at the bottom are only used when this character would fall at the end of a word. So at the end of that word, if ka is used, you're going to use this ka instead of this ka. If ma is used, you're going to use this ma instead of this ma. This na instead of this na. This pa instead of this pa. This taza instead of this taza. Only when those characters fall at the end. Anytime else, you're going to use these characters. All right? And then the other thing you might be noticing is, again, I see these characters. This is the Assyrian. These are the same characters that Jewish people read. But they don't say it like this. They don't have the a, ba, ga, da, ha. They don't have those. They have O's. They have E's. They have all these other sounds that I didn't put up here. And why is that? That's because that is not Hebrew. That's Yiddish. Okay? They are not speaking Hebrew. They're using the same characters, but they're not using the same pronunciation. And they're adding characters, like you might see one of these or one of these, or something under it, or to the other side, right? Or in the middle. For some, like this character might have something in the middle. That is not Hebrew. It's not ancient Hebrew. All right, that's not the original Hebrew. The original Hebrew does not have those characters, nor does it have any imposed vowels, which is where O and E come from. All right? Those are imposed vowels. You're going to see added characters next to a character that normally would not be spelt that way for the purposes of imposing a vowel to make a different sound come out of those characters when that does not exist in the ancient Hebrew language. All right? So always remember that. When you're thinking about Hebrew, it only has ah sounds and an I. All right? It only has ah sounds and one I. Anything else is not Hebrew. Understand that, you know what I'm saying? And always remember that. Okay? So that's our language. That's our alphabet, I should say. Make sure you share this video, this class. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. All right, so what we're gonna do, right? Like I said, I'm gonna put some of the words up here from last week that we went over and give you a recap. All right, so one of those words we went over was warrior. All right. Warrior in Hebrew is sa'an. Okay. Another thing to keep in mind in Hebrew, when you're reading and writing in Hebrew, it's always from right to left. So you write this way. All right. And in English, it's written this way, left to right. All right, so remember, when I'm writing in English and I'm writing the pronunciation is written in English. All right, it's not written in Hebrew. Otherwise, I'll be using these characters. The pronunciation is written in English so that you can understand. So I'm writing the word, the word meaning, and the pronunciation in English. So I'm writing it from left to right. I'm writing the word itself in Hebrew from right to left. All right? So this is a sa, this is a ah, and this is a na. Same here, this is a sa, this is a ah, and this is a na. Notice I didn't use the other na because this na fell at the end in the Syrian Hebrew. Okay? So this is our first word, warrior, sa'an. Okay? And then we also went over school. The word school all right, by I.S.U.P.K. All right, by I.S.U.P.K. is school. Life. Life in Hebrew is chaya. Chaya. All right. Chaya means life. Mawat is death. Last but not least, garment. The rock. All right. Those are our 5 nouns. Okay. Those are our 5 nouns. All right, so everybody make sure they have these. And listen, man, I want someone to challenge me on this Hebrew. I want somebody to challenge me and show me that this isn't the Hebrew. This isn't the real ancient Hebrew in comparison to Yiddish. All right, because everyone believes that that man that's over there fighting off bombs and terrorists, you know what I'm saying? That man that's over there dropping bombs on innocent people and starving them, you understand? I want someone to prove that their language is accurate and this language is inaccurate. All right, so I'm not shy to a challenge. If you want the challenge, go ahead and challenge. All right, make sure you put your name and where you're from in the comments. Right. All right, so let's get into it, right? Everybody should have those vocabulary words down. I'm going to give you some more. Okay, so now we got 5 more words up on the board. And these are all verbs. All of these words are verbs. Go, give, take, forgive, fight. All right, these are 5 verbs, and we're going to break them down. All right, the word go is yalak. Okay, yalak. Give. Nathan. All right. Notice that not, there's a not here and a not here. They're different because one falls at the end. All right, take. Laquach. All right, laquach. Now, here's this ka is at the end, right? But it's the same as if it weren't at the end, because not every character has that change. Like I showed you before, only the characters that had a different character. You know what I'm saying? I wrote both characters for everyone that has 2 different characters. The one that's used at the end and the one that's used any other time. You know what I'm saying? I put one on top of the other. The ka has only one writing. You only write it one way. Same as the la and the qua and all of the other characters that I didn't write 2 characters for. All right. So not every character has a different character for going at the end. Forgive, right? This is one that everyone knows. Everyone should know. This is how you ask for forgiveness. Salat. Salat. All right, means forgive. All right, one last one. My bad. Okay, fight, which is la chama. All right, to fight means la chama in Hebrew. La chama. All right, so now we got 5 verbs. Go, give, take, forgive, and fight. All right, Yalak, Nathan, Lakwach, Salak, and La Hamal. All right, Yalak means go, Nathan means give, Lakwach means take, Salak means forgive, La Hamal means fight. All right, so make sure that you have these written down. These are your vocabulary words this week. Also, if you have any questions so far, feel free to put them in the chat. All right, if you have questions, put them in the chat. And I'll do my best to answer. Okay. So now we're going to take these nouns and these verbs and we're going to put them together and make a sentence. We got our nouns here, our verbs here. Now we want to make a sentence. Okay? So what we'll do, I'll pair these up. We have warrior, right? And we have, let's say, fight. This is an obvious one. We're going to connect warrior and fight. How will we do this? Well, first we have to give our what's it called? Our subject pronoun. We have to find our subject pronoun, and we're going to conjugate. We're going to conjugate the verb and make it a compound, not compound, a conjugated sentence, a past tense sentence. All right, so forgive me for tripping on my words, but we're gonna make a conjugated sentence for a past tense verb. All right, we're gonna take fight. We're gonna make it past tense, and we're gonna give it a noun. You understand? All right, so we're going to make it past tense. Okay, so what is our subject pronoun? All right. Subject pronoun, we're going to go with they. What is our subject pronoun for they? Subject pronoun for they is, make sure, is hum. It's like what I meant to say was, I said that, right? Subject pronoun. Subject pronoun is hum. Hum is our subject pronoun, which means they. Okay? So this is going to be our subject pronoun. And like I said, our verb is going to be la hama. La hama means fight. La hama means fight. But now, since we have our subject pronoun and we have our verb, now we can conjugate. In order to conjugate a verb, you have to add, or in order to conjugate a verb for past tense usage, you're going to have to add a character here. All right? But for they, oh, my bad. That's a future tense. I'm sorry. Not here, but there at the end. And for they, you're going to add a Y at the end. All right? You're going to add a Y at the end. So now it becomes hum lacham ma wa. Hum lacham ma wa. All right? Hum lacham ma wa, which means they fought. So now instead of fight, it becomes fought. Why? Because it's past tense. Past tense for fight is fought. Hum la kamawa is fought. They fought. Who did they fight? The warriors. So first I'm going to add a ha at the beginning for the. All right? The then the word for warrior, we write it in blue. The word for warrior is Lashsawan. All right. Lashsawan is singular for warrior. But they aren't going to fight one warrior. They are going to fight warriors. All right. Warriors is Lashsawan. All right. So instead of just one warrior, it's multiple warriors. So now we have Ham La Kamawa Lashsawan. I'm going to write that in Hebrew. Ham La Kamawa or Ham La Kamwa Lashsawan. All right, they fought the warriors. Any questions? Type them in the chat. Past tense sentence. Ham La Kamwa Lashsawan. They fought the warriors. All right, so everybody should have that. We'll move on to the next conjunction. All right, the next one we'll do Let's do life and give. Kaya and Nathan. Okay, this is a dead giveaway. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to do this in past tense only. So, past tense, let's use you. So you will be our subject pronoun, and we know you is a the. Okay? A the in Hebrew means you. And that's our subject pronoun. And our verb is Nathan. All right, Nathan is give. Well, of course, we're going to turn this into gave because that's past tense for give. A the for the subject pronoun a the. If you want to conjugate the verb, you also have to add something at the end. And for a the, you're going to add the ya at the end. But there's something I want to now. All right, here, this is what I'll do. I'll add it here for now. There's something I want to do with this word, right? I'm going to show you in a second. Nathan, the ya, which is gave. All right. So give becomes gave. You gave something. What did they give? Life, which is kaya. You gave life, but here's what I want to add, right? Because right now we have you gave life. I'm sorry, I should write that in blue. So that you know it's a noun. Kaya meaning life. Right? Now, I'm going to add something to this word so that you know who they gave it to. And we're going to add it right here. Nathan Tayanawa. Nathan Tayanawa. All right? Nathan Tayanawa means gave us. The Nawa is the us. Okay? So you gave us life. You gave us life is a natantaya nawa kaya. right? Ata natan tayanawa kaya. Okay. Right. Ata natan tayanawa kaya. Atan natan tayanawa kaya means you gave us life. Atan natan tayanawa kaya. So now you can see how you can add a preposition. As a subject pronoun. Sorry, Jesus Christ, so many elements to the Hebrew. A possessive pronoun, right? You can add a possessive pronoun to these verbs to give them more meaning, right? Even if it's conjugated, even if there's a taya at the end of natan, you can add nawa at the end to make it gave us, right? All right. So now let's take this down. We're going to move on to the next sentence. Let's see if there's any questions. No questions. All right, cool. So next one we're going to do Laquaq and the Mawak. Okay? So we're going to use Laquaq as our verb and Mawak as the noun. All right, and we're going to use a knock now. Wow. There's no E sounds, so there's no E. All right, a knock now, which means what? Us or we. A knock now. Right? That's our subject pronoun. Us or we. And our verb, laquaq. Laquaq means take. All right? Now, to make that took, to make take, took, or to make laquak, took, okay, we're going to use the characters Noah at the end. All right. Na and Wa are going to go at the end of this conjugation to make it took. Okay? And this now, just so you guys know, we're changing the ends of these words based on our subject pronoun. That's why it's important to find your subject pronoun before you conjugate. You can't conjugate a verb without knowing your subject pronoun. So since we know our subject pronoun is us or we, which is a naknawa, we can add the proper conjugation, which would be, in this case, nawa, or nawa, however you want to say it. So now it becomes laquaknawa, which means a naknawa, laquaknawa, means we took. All right? And now we're going to write up our noun, sorry. We're going to put our noun on the board in blue. The noun this time is mawat. Which means death. All right? And now I'm going to add nawa at the end of this to make it our death. All right? So now, you see, I can also add the possessive pronoun at the end of the noun as well to give it more meaning, to make a clearer sentence. We took our death. That's the nawa in mawat nawa. The nawa makes mawat possessive, mean ours. All right? So this is our death. Laquak nawa. I can add a possessive pronoun here as well, but it's not necessary because this sentence gives this possession. This already gives the possession. All right? There's no way I can't say we took our death. Right? I wouldn't add a ya at the end or a ka at the end to make it we took our death. I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I would add it here. So it would make it your if I add ka. All right? Which would be your or you. All right? In this scenario, I'm saying we took our death. So the sentence is anak nawa, laquak nawa, mawak nawa. Anak Noah Laquak Noah Mawak Noah. We took our death. Or I could just say Anak Noah Laquak Noah Mawak. We took death. Okay? Either way you put it, that's how you would phrase it. So these are all past tense versions of this sentence. All right? And because these are past tense, this is how we conjugate. We conjugate like this based on our subject pronoun. So we'll move on to the next sentence. All right, this time we're going to connect garment. Can I form a sentence with garment and forgive, or can I make it go? All right, I know what I'm gonna do. See, go and Yalak. Adarat. The Yalak and Adarat will be our next connection. Okay, so what should our subject pronoun be? Well, let's just use she. So, subject pronoun for she would be All right, she. All right, she go. You understand? The go will become went. So to make it went with our subject pronoun, we would add a ha. Now it's yalakha, which means she went. All right, she went. And I'm going to add another verb. I'm going to need two verbs in this sentence. I.S.U.P.K means to make. All right. Okay. All right, so now we have she went and made my garment. That's what this means. Haya'ah yalakha wa Aisha adarakia. Okay. How about I add another noun as well? So in between the verbs, I'm going to write all right. She went home and made my garment. Haya'ah yalakha bayat wa Aisha adarakia. This is a sentence in Hebrew that means she went home and made my garment. Okay? Okay. All right. So, Haya'ah yalakha bayat wa Aisha adarakia. All right. Haya'ah yalakha bayat wa Aisha adarakia. She went home and made my garment. Okay. So that will be the sentence if we put these verbs and these nouns together. Notice that you can use multiple nouns, multiple verbs. Okay? But you can only have one subject pronoun. Otherwise, you don't have the proper conjugation. You won't be able to make the proper conjugation. All right? Next. See, no comments. Okay. All right, so the last connection that we can make is school and forgive, right? Salak and Bayat Sapar. So this time our subject pronoun would be ya, which means I or I am. Okay, ya salak. Now, salak means to forgive. Right? But we want to make it past tense. So in order to make salak past tense, you are going to add the ya. Okay? You know what I just noticed? For the nawa, right? A knock or the U. When I wrote I'm sorry. I kind of messed this up. Right? For the subject pronoun you're not going to use the ya, which is what I put before. So like it's just no ya. So if I was to say if I was to use as a subject pronoun, which means you, and I use salak, it would just be not ya. Forgive me. All right. There's an easy mistake to make. I accidentally wrote the ya instead of the. So if you have the ya as your subject pronoun, salak as your verb, you're gonna put ya salak the, which means which makes it forgave. All right. Salak. So the first one that I wrote for what was it? Warrior. No. It was you, right? You for life and gave. So it would be the thunda. All right. Nathanda. All right. Nathanda kaya. Well, Nathanda nawa kaya. That would be the proper sentence. Salaki. Natan tanawa kaya. Natan tanawa kaya. That would be how you say, you gave us life. Salaki for that. All right. So in this case, ya, is taya. And ya, salaktaya, which means forgave. I forgave. Okay. What does this mean? An ya salakta ya hum baha bayak sapar. All right. What does that mean? Hum is them. Once again. So now, notice I'm using another subject pronoun. I have a subject pronoun already. But because this subject pronoun is being used to form this sentence, right? To form this conjugation, this subject pronoun can be used to describe who I'm talking to. This is the subject. This is who it's talking about. This is who I'm talking to. All right? So I am talking to them. Okay? This is who it's talking about. This is who it's talking to. And ya salakta ya hum ba bayat sapar, which is ba is in, ha is the, bayat sapar, school. Bayat sapar. So I forgave them in the school. Meaning I forgave those people who are in the school. I forgave them who are in the school. Okay? However, you should forgive your brother whether he's in the school or out of the school, as long as he's Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. Or your sister, for that matter. You understand? Forgive them. Like Christ said, do it 70 times 7. Always forgive your brother or sister. All right? So that's how you would put together this sentence. An ya salakta ya bahabayat sapar. All right, so I hope everybody took good notes. You understand? If you don't understand, let me know, write a comment, ask your questions. Okay? But make sure you have good notes so you can bring this back up. And, forgive me for earlier, but make sure that you have the correct word structure for a past tense. Okay? So what we're doing is we're building up our vocabulary. We're using those vocabulary words to form sentences. All right. So now we're adding our verbs, our nouns. We're adding our subject pronouns. All right. And we're also using our prepositions in our possessive pronouns and possessive adjectives. All right, so possessive adjectives go at the end of nouns. Just so you know, Possessive adjectives goes at the end of nouns. Possessive pronouns go at the end of verbs. Just so you keep that in mind. This is one of the rules. Okay? Possessive adjectives go at the end of nouns. Possessive pronouns go at the end of verbs. But they're the same thing. This is just what they're called. All right? So it's still the same list of characters that everybody knows. Okay? Hopefully you have these in your notes. I'll go over it briefly. If I can call them, I got to post my notes. All right. So, Yah is my. Ka is your. Wa is his. Ha is hers or her. Hers. I guess ma is their masculine. Na is their feminine. Nawa is our. Come. Back. Pull this up real quick. Okay. Come is your plural masculine. Kun is your plural feminine. Right? Those are your possessive adjectives, and they are your possessive pronouns. All right, they're the same characters. They mean the same thing. They're only separated by, this is how you know whether it's a possessive pronoun or a possessive adjective grammatically. Okay? If it's at the end of a noun, it's a possessive adjective. If it's at the end of a verb, it's a possessive pronoun. But it's still the same characters, still the same meanings. Your, my, your, his, hers, their, our, your. All right? So with that, man, we're going to end the class. The water for being with me. The water for coming in the class, checking in. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you sign in for the class attendance. All right. And with that, man, I'm going to see you tomorrow. We're going to make sure you retain all this information so that you can read along with us in the Hebrew as we read the Tanakh for the Sabbath service tomorrow morning. All right. With that, Yahweh Shem Yahshua brought the thumb to all the brothers, which means Most High, in the name of Christ, bless you. And Yahweh Shemar, the thumb by Shem Yahshua to all the sisters, which means Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. All right. Shalom.